What's cooking, everybody? It's your boy Brees, and you're now tuned in to the hottest platform around New York City for all the entrepreneurs, the creatives, the business professionals, all that good stuff. So today, we actually got a previous guest with us, but he's actually going to be my co-host for today, right? And I'm going to let him go ahead and introduce himself.
CEO!
Yes,
Kyle Flossy in the building, man. What's going on? Part 2 of my boy Brees. Good to be here again. New setup. Everything looking good.
Yeah, you brought some guests with y'all. Y'all want to introduce yourselves?
Vito. Any means.
It's AJ, MGM.
MGM.
Yeah, that's the team, MGM. Home
Finance
base right here.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
All that.
Money got to
Mix of
make.
everything.
Well,
That's
mix of
what's up.
everything we here, man.
Man, I got me overdressed, or underdressed. I don't even know which one I am.
I feel like
right now.
I'm underdressed. I got
came
a whole
right out of work and
sweatsuit
shit.
on
I got
right now.
That's the best thing about this. We could wear whatever. And,
Everybody got
and look,
jeans on. I'm
look
super
copacetic.
underdressed right now, bro. No cap.
Yeah,
no pressure.
but you know, Kyle, it's been a while. You know, definitely told you we had to do a part 2 as well because I feel like the episode we had was kind of short. I ain't gonna hold you. So you know, I'm glad that we finally got to do it. I told you I was gonna keep my word on that. So
Appreciate
yeah,
you.
now.
Bro.
So yeah, what's been going on with you?
Nothing, bro. It's still the same thing from last time. If anybody didn't watch, I do private transportation. I do private rentals. I also got a hair company. Dibble and dabble in credit repair, all types of stuff. Anything I got to do with business entrepreneurship, I got a hand in right now. So, yeah, but my main thing is the transportation rental side of things.
Yeah, I definitely see what they have, man. What's going on? You got.
I was blessed in this life with some good hair, man. So, you know, I could kind of switch it up when I want to.
You always had like long hair, or
Yeah,
like,
that's my usual look. The waves was kind of like a new thing for 2024.
Oh, really?
I cut my hair in January and kept it like that for like 7 months straight. But I usually have hair. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Yeah. So how's everything been going though? Like,
Oh man.
commute
let me
was
stop.
good.
The
Like,
car business, I love it and I hate it, but I love it more than I hate it. You know, it got its ups and its downs. It's definitely lucrative. It's definitely good money to make. It helps with lifestyle marketing. It helps with kind of building your own personal brand. But all of that comes with a lot of downfalls that, you know, people might not see, and all of the luxury kind of vibes. It's a lot of losses I done took in this game, but it's a lot of wins. So I just take the good with the bad and keep it pushing.
yeah. So what about y'all? Like, Kyle told me y'all do music and whatnot. Y'all wanna talk about that?
Yeah, bro, I be rapping. I ain't gonna front. I probably started rapping like the end of 2019, so really 2020, like the very beginning of 2020. I started rapping like the end of 2019 when I got up out of high school. Music is same shit with anything you trying to do when you trying to elevate yourself or you trying to just do something with yourself in life. It's like ups and downs, and you know, at the end of the day, it's a mindset thing. You know, you gotta really want shit for yourself.
Facts.
You gotta really want shit for yourself to really go all the way through with shit. Honestly.
Yeah, that's the problem. I feel like that's the problem with a lot of things these days. Like,
And I feel like, no cap.
Try
I
to
feel
like
like
hop into stuff and just want to be like an overnight success. And I
Yeah.
feel like between Instagram, like not only Instagram, but social media and the pandemic,
that's what produced that image, like just jumping overnight. And I feel that's probably my problem myself. Like, niggas probably don't go hard enough. For real. But, you know.
Well, I use music for just, like, in a sense of just a way you could just, like,
express
yourself in a
Yeah.
different way.
therapy.
Where it could bring everybody together. Certain might understand, certain might not. So it's just a way to express yourself as an art. So I use music as an art to express myself with the past stuff I'm going through, relationships, all through around. And yeah, that's how I started doing music.
Some people can't talk to other people, but they could talk to that mic.
Fact.
They could talk to that beat, you know? That's really what it be for a lot of people sometimes.
Yeah, because even me, like, I'm getting into the music stuff myself, but not really as an artist, but more so just, you know, I guess you want to call it what the A&R stuff.
Like
I was
A&R,
about to say,
I was
like
about to say that, like some
yeah.
A&R shit.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
just
if
like
you wanna call
dibbling
it
down
that.
and see
Connect
what's
the
going
dots.
on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause-
kind of the best way to do it, man. The music industry ain't always making themselves to be, man. I ain't gonna get into that, man.
Yeah, because just like being around, you know, artists and like, you know, going to their studio sessions, their release parties, even going to like, you know, just events for artists and stuff like that, meeting artists, hearing their music, seeing what they go through, like seeing how, like, you know, the experience is. It's like, this is wavy, especially too, like, I was a big fan of the Wu-Tang show, and I used to always like cite that show on this podcast with my guy Mike. We used to always have our references, and you know, seeing how everybody played their role they weren't all like, obviously they were not everybody was like the biggest art, like bigger artists than each other. They all had their own style, and that's how they were able to all get the independent deals while collectively being a unit. But you know, you also had like people like Divine. I saw a lot of myself in Divine, right, the older brother, because you know he was like, this is somebody that, again, he ain't know nothing about this. He just kind of molded himself into that. It's like, for me, it's the same thing where it's like I'm kind of molding myself into that, where it's like, you know, the terminology, the events, like just understanding all these different tactics and stuff like that to push people music and stuff like that. It's like, well,
it's a business at the end of the day. Music
of course,
is a business just like anything else. So it's like you could fit in where you get in. You don't have to be the artist. You could be the, like, there's so much different roles in the industry, quote unquote, that you could use to your advantage. And not only do you have to just focus on that, but that can help you with, you know, this stuff, like this type of, with your podcast.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it's like a journey for me, but it's an enjoyable one. I have fun doing all this stuff. A lot of these are, I don't even like, I mean, of course, I'm not going to have strangers come up to me, ask me for shit, but, you know, a lot of artists that I know personally, it's like, you know, I tell them like random stuff, like, you know, like, I'll do this for free, you know, I'll come to this event for y'all, you know, I'll pop out with this, or like, you know, I'll give you my honest opinion on this song, like, you know, I do all those, like, you know, like, for me, it's like a random act, because it's like, like, it kind of comes out the blue. It's like, I might hit somebody up, yo, like, you want to do a photo shoot today? I got you, like, you know, just because it's like, like I said, it's a fun journey for me. I have fun doing this. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna be like, yo, you want your photo shoot? Like, I'm gonna charge you for it. Like, I go out my way to offer the photo shoot. You know, somebody invite me to a studio session. You know, I'm coming through, but I'm not just coming through just to be in the studio. I'm actually coming through to listen and watch what you do.
Provide value.
What's really going on.
Yeah, I bring my camera with me. Like, you know, you want to do a vlog? Let's do a vlog. You know.
Yeah. No, and I've seen that firsthand. Like, a lot of these artists, like, they have like just their entourage around. And, you know, obviously for a lot of people that's, you know, coming from like lower income neighborhoods, like the hood, quote unquote, like they're just going to have their mans around. And, you know, like that's good and bad for business, because, you know, your mans is going to ride for you. Like, if anything does go round, go left. But it's like it's a certain look that you need to present yourself with when you're trying to get to that next level. And sometimes your entourage is just not part of that look. Unfortunately, I'm not telling nobody to, like, you know, like just abandon their home squad. But when you want to take your music to the next level, anything you do in life, not just music, but when you want to take it to the next level, it's like everything matters. Like, the image matters, the actual product of the music or whatever you're selling matters, how you present yourself on a daily basis, what you post, like everything matters. Like, people be taking things a little too lightly. In general, like in a sense of like not having a certain sense of urgency with stuff. Like, just as simple as like being somewhere on time. And you might be late because you're waiting for your man who takes 30 minutes to get ready. Like, stuff like that. Like, you have to know when to kind of like distance yourself. But it'd be hard because nobody wants to get into those hard conversations with people that they grew up with and stuff like that. To, you know, kind of like, you're not trying to push them out, but it's like, yo, bro, we doing this. We got this motion going on. Like, you either got to be fully down for the ride or you just got to kind of like sit out. Yeah,
I was going to follow up with that too, because that's why I disagree with the statement, you can't do business with friends, because you know your friends better than anybody. Yeah. So you know who's really serious about this, who wants to do that, who wants to, you know, or not even who's with it, but what they could bring to the table. Yeah. You feel me? So yeah, that's how it's been for me. And I was so you're from Canarsie? Y'all from Canarsie too?
No, I'm from Brownsville.
Okay.
Flatbush.
Okay. Now I was gonna say Canarsie because like I feel like Canarsie like very connected. Like in terms of like, at least that's how I see it. If you disagree, you disagree. But I would say like me. I mean, I don't live in Brooklyn no more. But me growing up in Brooklyn, I feel like all the neighborhoods in Brooklyn I done lived in. When I moved to like the Georgetown area, I noticed like Canarsie was like just so connected. It's like even now when I hang around certain people, it's like they bringing people around that's like people I went to middle school with. And I'm like, damn, like I didn't know the world is so small in that way, but it's like there's such a brotherhood there, like even a sisterhood there, where it's like, at least like I said, to my eye, you could disagree, but to my eye, it's like Canarsie kind of been connected, where it's like I feel like it's kind of a New York City thing at this point, though. I don't feel like it's just Canarsie. I feel because everybody say New York City, crabs in a barrel. So
yeah, it's like the city's so big, but everybody know each other. So is it really that big? It's like, I don't know. You go somewhere.
Because the city overpopulated.
Yeah, like it's weird. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not connected, but I just feel like the whole city in itself is connected. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like people from Canarsie could know people from other boroughs and stuff. Everybody should be able
do a friend.
Do a friend, and he went
like,
here, he
it
did
might be
this,
this
he
big,
did that,
like, you know,
yeah.
portraying of X, Y, and Z, but like it's not that.
It could also be a Haitian thing too. I ain't gonna lie, 'cause, like me
That's a
being
West
Haitian,
Indian thing though. It's not even just a
that's
Haitian.
the
That's
next
that's
one.
that's
No,
the next
that
biggest part.
that is true though. That is true because I would say Jamaicans see each other in the spot. They don't know each other from a hole in the wall. They stick together. Haitians, same thing. The Trinis, same thing. Guyanese, so on and so
But
on.
I feel like it's interconnected. I feel like Trinis and Guyanese and Jamaicans and Haitians and then like I feel like that's the kind of the good thing about New York is like
Shit like this.
yeah, like even all of us just sitting here, we're all different ethnicities right now, you know. And like look how we're just
'cause I'm
sitting there. I
Guyanese.
brought them. I met you through somebody else who's Trini, who's this. Like everything kind of just like intertwines at some point.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it though. Like I feel like you know in a state where people say again crabs in a barrel stuff like that. It's very refreshing when you meet people that are like actually genuine and they actually could like you know, not just genuine, but I guess selfless is more the word. I mean I guess it's synonymous, but I say selfless where it's like people just put you in a position and be like, wow, I didn't know you was thinking about me. You know what I mean? Like I could meet you know an A&R today or whatever. I could say, oh, you know I met two guys today. I do music. I'll hit y'all up and then y'all could be like, damn, I didn't even think you'd actually do that for me. I just met you just now.
And that's why your circle is so
Sporadically at
important. That's why I like these is two of my dogs right here, but there's a few missing, of course. Like that's kind of how we move with everything. Like somebody could be having the worst day of their life, and nobody in life would know. Like nobody would know. Like each one teach one. You're having a bad day, pick your mans up, pick your sister up, and I feel like that's what's missing in a lot of things that we do as a community, like Black people. Like it'd be like secret competition and stuff like that, and that's cool. A little bit when you're a man, because you know, as a man, you're gonna have like your secret edge. Like, yeah, you want to be in the best in the room, but at the end of the day, it's like we all in this together. We all come from humble beginnings. Nobody's got rich trust fund families, like you know, stuff like that. So it's like, how you gonna downplay somebody else that went through something similar that you went through?
And we all go through the same struggles.
Yeah, like everybody has humble beginnings. Like everybody.
We share the same struggles. So it's like basically, if we share the same struggles, we going through at the same pace. If one go faster and one slow up, it takes the other person to slow down their pace to pick up the other person. Then we go together. See, those are the people I like to compete myself around. So like CEO right here, like he's one of a person that likes. He starts the pace, and if people do not follow in the pace, he slows himself down just for other people to catch the pace, and then we go together. And I've been telling him that like it's certain times where you got to look back and say you could look back and say like, yo, I know you're not on the same pace as me, but I got a goal to reach too. It's all at a certain time frame. So I be telling him sometimes you got to just keep going. You could stop sometimes, but just keep going. Just make sure you put yourself first sometimes, because if you don't, they could bring you down. That's what comes back to the conversation you was talking about, where it's like you got to know who's your dogs around you. You got to know who's going to put this in, who's going to put that in. You can't sink the whole ship. That's not a captain.
And he the type
Captain
of
is to
person.
run the ship.
He the type of person to slow down his pace, and if he slow down his pace, it's gonna slow down everything he got going on.
And that's the next thing too. So the pace can't be slowed
And
down.
realistically speaking, sometimes you don't need to slow down with everything you got going on when it comes to other people, bro. That don't.
But I
But
mean,
he do.
It's. I appreciate that, guys. You guys gonna make me.
He
shed
do.
a
He
tear.
do. I
But,
give him that. He do.
It's kind of like, as I keep saying, it's like an each one teach one thing, because like when you're trying to get to that next level, you want to be there with those people that's your mans. Like you don't want to be there at yourself. Like we're all still trying to grow and get to that level, and we're all confident that we will get to that level, whether it's in 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, 13 years, 30 years, whatever the time period is. Obviously, we want it to be as quick as possible, but you don't want to be at that level by yourself. And like I guess that's what a lot of these people who have got to that level say, that like you got to just like you end up have to change your circle, not on no fake type of shit. But you end up just having to align yourself with people who are like on your same wavelength, on your same
And
timing.
who want to see you win.
And who want it, like-
because it only takes one to get through the door, and we all can get through the door.
And we could all get through the door.
Yeah, and I think music is evident of it because every time like there's a rapper that got like a group, you
It's
always
like
see
3-4
somebody.
of them blowing up.
Yeah,
It'd be like 3-4
even
of
if
them.
it's like months later or a year or some change after.
It'd be like 3-4
So
of
I
them,
can look
bro.
at ASAP Mob. feel me?
ASAP Mob is the
Never
perfect
had
example.
Ferg, would have never had, other people.
But this is
So
where
it'd be-
people mess up with the music part. Everybody wants to be the artist. Everybody wants to be in the limelight. Everybody wants to
Exactly,
be
now.
that A-man. Everybody cannot be
And now
Lil
it goes
Baby.
back to the same
Like,
thing you was just saying. You see ASAP Mob is not a thing right now.
That's true. I mean,
I used to listen to a bunch of ASAP Mob when I was in middle school. They're not a thing right now. They're not. It was ASAP. Once upon a time, it was Rocky. It was Ferg. It was ASAP Nasty.
That was a big thing in middle
Nasty.
school.
Yams was still alive. They had Smokey Margella under their belt. Bro, majority of the people,
that's true.
they had
forgot.
Smokey Margella under their belt. Majority of the people don't even know Playboy Cardi first cosign was off of Rocky, bro. Playboy Cardi came from ASAP Mob, bro. A lot of people don't even know that. You feel me? So it's like once upon a time, ASAP Mob was a big thing. Let's go back to 2016, 15,
ASAP
14.
Mob Pro era.
The mob was a
whole
you
competition.
feel me? It was a whole. The mob was a
everything
big
you do in
thing.
life. Like you
The
have
mob
to
was a
play
big
your
thing.
role. Like everybody has to play their role. Like
Now look,
everybody can't. Like it just doesn't work like that. Like yes, everybody could set high standards for themselves, but especially like if we talking about music, everybody can't be that guy. Like not at the same time. Like whoever has the most motion, whoever got the best product, put that out first. Push them.
Yes.
You figure out how you use what they got going on, and this is not quote unquote dick riding. This is none of that. This is you're figuring out how you're using what they have going on to elevate either something you got going on or to make what they're doing better.
Yeah.
So that everybody could eat. There's never a point that it should be like, you know, you feel left out or something like that. Because at that point, that's when you should be like, all right, let me go get my shit together and spin back when I'm ready to provide some value. Like,
Yeah, I feel like that's where TME went wrong.
who?
Like Talk Money, like Rich and them. Yeah, I feel like that's where they went wrong. Because it's like Rich was like developing as a star, and it's like he wasn't like fully taking advantage of that too. You feel me?
Take off.
He kind of like was trying to be like, hey, I'm a star on the rise, but these my guys too.
And that's kind of go back to their point. Like at some point when you like when you're the product, like you have to just be like, yo, fuck it. Like I gotta just do it. Like you
But when
got
you
it.
tied in with your man so tight, you just don't want to let them go. You just can't leave them.
It's
there.
kind of like,
But this-
like I could make like a basketball analogy.
I
to it.
swear to God, I was just
Sometimes you gotta just be LeBron, and like I understand.
Well, you gotta be AI.
I understand.
You gotta be AI and
yeah,
Kobe.
like I
LeBron
understand
like to
people
share.
could think it's just that one player with like 10 sheets of loose leaf on the team, but sometimes you gotta be that and then turn the sheets of loose leaf into their own. You feel me? Because like you could be the Celtics like in their young days. When I say young days, I mean like
Rondo.
a couple
Celtics
years
you
ago.
talking about,
No,
though?
I'm saying like the Celtics now when it was like Jaylen Brown averaging like 5 points. Jason Tatum just came into the league as a promising star. You feel me? You got all these key guys where it's like, all right, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, who really stands out? And it's like, of course, now we know who stands out in hindsight, but it's like back then, it's like, who really stands
Do we
out?
really? Because
Do we really though? Because it's like
Oh,
everybody.
no, don't get me wrong.
I was about to say,
Yeah, no
that's a
cap. Like,
1-2
everybody
punch.
They'll
play
win
their role so
1-1,
well. It's
yeah.
like it's like, bro, like, and let's take the Boston Celtics now. Now, I'm glad y'all said that. Let's take the Boston Celtics. The reason why they a championship team because everybody plays their role so well to an elite level. They're the absolute best at what they do in any category. Let's go from 1 to 5 now. Your starting point guard. Let's take Drew Holiday. He's not there to get all the buckets. He's there to provide for the team, play the defense, get the stops, you know, lock up the opposing player on the court. Then you got your Jaylen Brown, your Tatums, your stars, your limelights, your people
Derek
that's
White-
on the
Derek
picture,
White
your
is
people
still
that's
there. Derek
everything.
White,
You got your people that's just
Porzingis.
killing, putting up 30. You got your Derek Whites, your sneaky
Everybody
killers,
gotta
you
play a
know,
role.
like it's like everybody. The reason why the Celtics is winning so well right now is because everybody on that team plays their exact role at an elite level. And that's what you got to do when it comes to a team, bro. And that's why teams don't always work out because niggas don't be wanting to play their role to an elite level.
Or
They
people
might
just
see
don't
like,
have a role.
like,
People
like
just don't be having a
they
role
might see like,
sometimes.
oh, he got the face. I want to be the face. You feel me? Like I can't. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? It's like. That's why Boston works so well, bro, because they play their roles to an elite level. And I feel like when it comes to human beings in general and the friend groups and shit like that, that'd be the problem with niggas. They don't want to play their role to an elite
too.
level.
I mean, girls too. I hate to talk
Girls
about
too.
Girls
but
too, not no cap. Girls too,
Black
but
people.
but just
we could say
people in
black
general.
people, yeah,
People in
like-
general. People in general. When it comes to people failing in groups of teams and shit like that, it's because people don't want to play their role to an elite level.
I mean, hey, I listen
Not
as a Celtics
not
fan.
knowing their role could be very crucial.
You feel me? Not rolling your role. You saying like, yeah, I just gotta do this. But if you
Not
do this to an elite scale,
might know- you don't
everybody
know
else
where that's
is
gonna take
on.
you.
You
That's
know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Like for
That's
real,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah,
Like
because as a Celtics fan, it's like, listen, I had to sit through that Kyrie Irving, like, what was it, 1-2 seasons?
that was like 2018.
Listen, they knew, like, they was like, listen, Tatum's our guy, but shit, we
You
got
got
Kyrie
Kyrie,
Irving.
like-
And you feel me? There
They
was the disconnect there.
They conflicted. We got two people who just want to be
It's not like Tatum was forcing for it.
Nah,
either.
you know he
they
wasn't.
wanted to put him in that limelight. He's like, listen.
He's like, it's whatever.
I'm
It's
playing with Kyrie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not.
And at the time, Tatum probably like 19, 20. So it's like, at the end of the day, I understand. I'm the younger guy. I'm the come up. So I can't. Really. Come on, you can't be the apprentice and trying to fucking, you feel me, trying to overthrow the master. Like, it just don't work like that, bro. It don't in any aspect of life.
And that's crazy that you said like your role could be so small. Like y'all don't think the water boys on the bench get barked at if they don't bring them Tatum and Jaylen Brown they water as soon as they sit down.
But think about it. If the water boy don't bring that water, them niggas is drenching.
No knock to them, but I hate to say it this way, but their role be so minimal. They might get fired if they do it wrong.
Yeah, you feel me?
Like on the spot.
But it always starts with the littlest job, just like how we here now.
Towels.
Whoever put these mics up, whoever set these up. There's no podcast without this right now.
Yeah.
And
so whoever set this up and it starts from him. Then it goes to whoever, then it goes to you now.
Look right there, the wires.
Everybody
and everything in properly.
It's up to you to make sure you get the proper guests, because now you don't want to ruin what you got going on by bringing on,
bringing in this, that.
Like I said, this was spontaneous. You feel me? Like I had to make sure I asked the right person. Yo, I know this is last minute, but just pull up. You feel me?
I appreciate that, bro.
Like you said, can't just be anybody.
Yeah,
because trust me, there's been a lot of people talk about I want a part 2, and a lot of them part 2 because they pulled up, scary. Nervous, whatnot, and they didn't like how they looked or whatever it is, and it's like they want to redo, but it's like listen, you were supposed to take advantage of all them opportunities. I'm gonna give it to somebody who actually took advantage of this opportunity the first time, and now we here.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that, bro. And I just feel like in life, like we just gotta like attribute everything to just in general, because we're not just talking about one thing. Like what we're talking about could attribute for anything you're doing, working a job, business, music, the trap, like whatever you're doing in life, like this is just a certain level of like, you have to be able to take advantage of your opportunities whenever they come. Sometimes you might be down for 6 months, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. And that 11th month comes and it's like, yo, your life changed. You always got to be putting yourself in that position. You always got to be doing the work. You always got to show up. So if you're an artist, you always got to be in the stool. You need to be shooting videos. I tell this guy all the time. Like, yo, you're an artist, but you're not in the stool. You're going 2, 3, 4 months and not in the stool. You an artist? You can't be an artist. Feel me? And I know, and everybody got their own things in life going on, but when you got your craft, you have to make it you have to make that your thing. You have to focus on it.
It's the same as being an athlete. Like if you don't go to practice for like weeks, of course that first game you could be whack. If you don't go to the gym in weeks, of course that next time you work out, not gonna be able to lift the same.
A little fatigue.
Or you gonna lose the definition. Like you said, fatigue. All them things. Actually, I have a funny story. My friend, shout out to my boy Zay, Surprise NYC. He had the funniest story. He his fashion line is like clothes, but his hats have been such a hit that he's been focusing primarily on hats. He ran into Trippie Redd, and Trippie Redd wanted the hat, like off his head, basically, right? But he didn't have no hats on him. So what he did, he went and bought a bag, them bags you could put the hats in and shit. Now he carries it everywhere he goes.
Everywhere you go, you have to be in position. Like, you have to be ready. Pause. Like you always got to be ready to like take advantage.
You never know when
you just never know. Like you just never know. Like that day you having the worst day of your life could be the best day of your life. You'll never know if you're just down and out and depressed and like just like want to quit on life. Like you always got to keep that. Like tomorrow could be that next day.
I mean, R.I.P. Lil Snoop. Look how he got big. He was ready. He was prepared. He had his mixtapes on him. Gave it to Meek, and then the rest was
lit from there.
Yeah, it was lit from there.
R.I.P. Lil Snoop, no cap. It was lit
life
from
is about
there.
hard work, but life is a little luck too, man. Like, but luck comes from positioning yourself,
and taking risks.
Like
literally, if you don't take the risk, you could lose the chance. So you got to take that risk, and that's where it starts from your mind frame of taking that risk. Even if you don't make it, shoot again. Because you never know if it happened the second time, the third time, the fourth time. You got to keep taking that risk.
Even if it takes the 15th, 16th.
Take that risk. You never know.
Like, just imagine the people that worked their jobs for like 20, 30, 40 years, and like that's all they ever done in life. Like, you don't think they ever wanted to do something else?
It's crazy because, what's just happened Maurice here, that was literally the episode right there. Him showing people, hey, like, you got to take them risks. You feel me? Even though I did this for X amount of years, look how I was able to free myself for the rest of my life. You feel me? So, yeah, I definitely agree with that.
It's a mindset thing, though. And then it's like, in our community, like the black community, like a lot of people, they have, as I keep saying, they come from humble beginnings. So in their head, it's hard to take certain risks because, it might be their last. Like, it might really be their last. You might try to bust a play, and that might be your rent money. Like, it might be your money for your food, for your kid. So for, like, our community, it's a little harder to take that risk. But as he said, like, you'll never know if you don't. Like,
But-
a year will pass, then 2 years will pass, then 3 years will pass, and before you look at it, you did the same thing for 10 years. And it's like, did you really live a fulfilled life?
But sometimes it's a systemic thing too.
100%.
Like, think about it. We go to school, and then the first thing they ask us is, "What do we want to be when we grow up?" Right? And then it's like everybody says the same answers, and it's like when you say something that, especially you see celebrities and people who made it say this. Right? When I say what I wanted to be, let's say a basketball player. Right? If I say I want to be a basketball player, these NBA stars, when they say that, they say, "Oh, my teacher always told me be realistic." You know, something else, and then it's like, well. What if they, I mean, that's their way of trying to program you and, you know, keep it systematic. But what if they actually did listen? You know, there would be a lot of these kids that, you know, in the NBA right now that probably would have been doing something else for the good or for the bad, but they wouldn't be, this is their dream. They wouldn't be able to live out their dream. So that's kind of like, you know, how you got to break that mold. You can't always say, I mean, I understand what race plays its card, but
but we can't.
It starts from even more than race.
But race plays a huge card for us because it's like we're automatically at the disadvantage with everything we got to do. Everything. We're starting from the bottom with everything we got to do. If it wasn't for these phones and this internet and this social media, all of this big business stuff that we see every day, we're not like black people wouldn't.
No,
be,
of course, yeah, we
wouldn't be like prominent in that now. Like Atlanta's a black person business hub. You feel me? Like. That wouldn't be a thing without these phones. Like, people wouldn't be rushing to go to Atlanta and, like, start a new life if we didn't see that other people are doing it. So that'd be the next big thing. Like, your environment is super important. But that comes down to systematic. You can't do anything about the neighborhood you was born in. Like, you can't do anything about the family you was born into, you know? So it's like, I don't know. It's really just a mindset thing at the end of the day. Like, you just got to know that you want better for yourself, for your family, for your kids, like, whatever, like, your why is. You just got to know that it's like, I need more. Like, I'll never settle. Never settle.
The reason I'm laughing is because it's like, now I got to ask you, like, could you be mad at a gold digger for being how she or he, I say he because you'd be surprised, right? But can you be mad at a gold digger for being how they are?
I'll let you answer that. We talk about these type of conversations all the time.
It just caught me off the top of my head. I'm just like, damn, that's actually for you to think about that way.
I feel like you can't be mad if they already putting it out there. You can't be mad.
Yeah, especially somebody that puts it out there.
Them girls who be trapping these athletes and shit, can you be mad at them?
I feel like it's
mad at them.
They put it out there.
You can't be mad. If somebody putting it out there, you can't be mad.
Can't be mad.
Yeah.
Cannot.
If you be
letting it be
manipulative,
known, like, yeah, I'm a fucking gold digger, it's like,
if you be
I'd rather be
manipulative,
upfront one time. Tell me up front one time.
however, finesses, that's a different story, though.
finesses is different. Because
Finesses,
being manipulative.
Finesses is different.
they be
You manipulating somebody
Yeah.
that really has genuine intentions for you to do X, Y, and Z, and you just roping them. So it's like, it depends on how you look at it, and it depends on the type of person that we dealing with here. Because there's some people that will outright tell you, like, yo, I need this, that, and a third.
And that's the best type of people. Like,
Yeah.
Because they telling you what it is. You can't
be mad at that.
You can't.
Like, you can look at them a certain way. Their morals might be messed up, but
Then
you
you have
can't
your-
be mad at them for
can't.
telling you the truth.
But then you have your people that's gonna play the long game.
I
They're
would
gonna
say
do the X, Y,
perfect.
Z. You feel me? And those are the people. It's like, whoa, why you doing that?
I
Don't
would
do
say
that.
perfect example would be Sandman in Spider-Man. Was he wrong for what he was doing?
No,
Yeah, he was labeled as a
don't think I
criminal,
ever
but
seen
hell no.
if
Who's
you
Sam?
Sandman.
Sandman.
Oh, Sandman.
Sandman.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hell
okay,
no.
okay.
I don't think he was wrong.
His
for
whole
what he was
reasons is justified.
doing. He just wanted to support his family. You feel me? But he just didn't have the resources to do it.
So he had to go buck wild to get what he
There's
had to
such
get
thing
done.
as good villains. There's a lot of good
Yeah.
villains in
Okay,
the
I
world.
was
I was gonna follow with that. Who y'all think is a good villain?
Pain. I don't know if you watch anime, Naruto. You probably never.
Nah,
but boom.
I mean, I watched it when I was on the beginning, but I ain't
Boom,
gonna lie, I
Pain
fell off
anime.
crazy.
Let's
I'm
go
not
anime
into
for a
anime.
second. Naruto is a character named Pain. Pain, he was a villain. Pain killed a lot of people's favorite character. If you know, then you know. But it's like Pain was justified for moving how he was moving because the world fucked him from when he was a kid. So he grew up with a fucked up mentality off the strength of the shit that the world he was born into. Like he grew up off the cards he was played. The cards they dealt him, he grew up off of that. So it's like you can't fault him for how he grew up and how he ended up at the end of when Pain became Pain. Because when Pain became Pain, Pain was a menace. But it's like the world
I know
made
that
him
was
a
a tongue
menace.
twister right there.
Like, you feel me? Like the world made you feel me though? Like the world made Pain a menace. Like Pain wasn't born no menace. He wasn't born no menace, but Pain went through a lot of fucked up shit. That's why they call him Pain.
But I feel like that's a crazy analogy because
That's
that's the hood.
Like real
that's
shit,
the hood.
bro.
Like, that's how a lot of people grow up. Like a lot of it starts from when you're young. Like
when you a
the
little
shit you
ass
see-
kid, bro, it might be a little ass. You might be a little ass kid, and like the hood is a perfect example. You might be a little ass kid, and your fucking older brother or your cousin or some dumb shit happened, and a nigga you love to death die, and you can't even understand why. Now you 13, 14, and it's like those guys from that side killed your brother.
Shit, that's drill right there.
That's drill right there,
Especially like Philly drill too. I've been seeing a lot of these
Philly
stories where they're
drill?
like, yo, these kids were good kids, and
bro. And you know what's so crazy?
But that plays
that
back
one-
into environment, and that's
Yeah.
why you can't like. It goes. Like I'm sorry to keep saying this, but it goes back down to your mindset, and it's like it would be hard to have that mindset of wanting better when all you've been around your whole life is
It's
just
bad,
it's
bro.
bad.
So it's like, how can you know good when all you've been around since you was
Yeah.
the fucking 5, 6, 7 years old? Is bad, bro.
Can you
Yeah,
really
dude.
blame like some of these kids for some of this stuff? Nah,
Think
it's-
about it, bro.
It's
It's like-
systematic, bro. It's
Yeah.
systematic.
Whatever you
what-
put around from a jit and you grow up in that, that's what you're gonna become. If you put around basketball, if you put around sports, whatever type of sports, tennis, whatever, you put around that sports when you 6, 7, 8, and you still doing that sports when you 15, 16, it's gonna be implanted into your head. That's your sport. But if you're in the hood all day and some hood shits happen to you all day, 6, 7, 8, your pops is locked up, your brother died, your mom just strung out, whatever.
People in your
Because
building
let's not even just talk
high
about
and
New York,
crack,
Baltimore.
there's
Let's
so
go
much-
to the South. The South is even worse. These niggas be growing up in homes, moms be strung out. Strung out on beer drugs. Pops don't be nowhere to be found. Older brother be in the trenches heavy. So it's like, nigga, this is all they know, bro. And the South is way worse. Like, and I was watching a TikTok one time and they're broken
especially
down.
like the countryside.
Like,
and
no
shit,
cap. That's the
Like
countryside.
if your window is broken, that's
No
that shit's
cap.
broken
The
for
countryside.
Like
And I was
years.
just about to say that because I was watching a TikTok one time and a nigga was like, yeah, like New York, Philly, Jersey, Cali, major cities, we got it bad, but at least you can go see a major city at night and feel like it's hope out this shit. You go to the South, certain Souths like the Midwest or some weird ass state, nigga. These niggas
Treacherous.
don't have
Only
no
thing you
hope,
gotta look
nigga.
forward
It's
to is
treacherous,
like a
bro.
high school basketball
You
game
feel
or
me? That
something,
might be the
like a
only thing
football
they
game
have,
or
a little
pep
high school
rally.
basketball or football. So it's like when you bro, at the end of the day, you a
Carnival,
product of your environment. If you're around bullshit all day, 24/7 from the day you're born, you're gonna grow up and become a bullshit nigga.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why.
Unless you really, and it's like it's a 1% that really have the willpower by their damn selves to fight themselves out of it. But it's like
That's literally what I'm about to get
99.9.
into.
It's literally a 1%. It's a 1% because 9 times out of 10, if you're around bullshit all day, you're gonna end up on some bullshit, bro.
It even goes beyond that too. I was gonna say, speaking of the system and that. Well, not y'all watched Avatar?
Yeah. Wait,
The
which
old-
Avatar?
which
Both of them. Well,
Airbender.
Original
I'm talking about the
Avatar?
blue shit.
Airbender.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, Korra.
I watched
Yeah,
Korra too.
yeah, a little bit. I'm not too tapped into Korra, but I know the original shit.
Two villains that I like a lot were Aman and Zahir.
I remember the names, but I don't remember the,
I know
like, the
Sahir.
plot behind
He
them.
was
I
some
remember
whack. He
Aman.
knew all the
Yeah, he was
elements.
OD. Now the thing, he didn't know the elements. So long story short, what happened was like when she opened up like the portal, like it gave like non-benders a skill. So he ended up becoming an airbender himself. So them not having so many airbenders, obviously he's gonna be the toughest villain ever because nobody knows how to
Airbender.
Airbender.
So Airbender is extinct at this point.
So the thing with them was like, both of their motives was to like free people from liberation, right? So what does that mean? So like just getting rid of the government as a whole. He took out the Earth Queen just to free the Earth Kingdom, right? And it's like us as kids watching this, it's like, no, he's the bad guy. He just killed somebody. But them as the people in the show, it's like, oh shit, we're free.
We're
We don't got a boss. We don't got to pay no taxes no more.
The villain
You
is
feel
always
me? We're
somebody's
good.
hero. The villain is always
I
somebody's
didn't know
hero.
their
Yeah.
backstory first.
Yeah,
Like
the villain
Oman.
is always somebody's hero. Like, not
Yeah, like Aman.
even
Like,
killers. Like some people that people kill. Like on the other side of it, somebody wanted that person to die. Like, so, like a villain is always somebody's hero, and it's fucked up to say, but that just goes down to your morals and your mindset. Again, it's like you just got to know what you want to be around and know like what like you got to know you want better for yourself. You feel me?
yeah.
Like
And that's why I liked Aman, because it's like Aman was actually a waterbender. And he was a bloodbender too at that. So it's like he hid his story to where he was like, well, because he ran away from home and whatnot. And he hid his story as, oh, I'm a non-bender. I'm here fighting for the people. But I have a special power. I could take people's bending away, right? Of course, it was through bloodbending, but nobody knew that. People thought he was just this magic person, like this one.
oh, he was the bloodbender. Okay, now I remember him. Okay,
So it's like
okay,
his
okay,
story.
okay.
It's like, imagine that he's somebody that I mean, he's a hypocrite technically because he was against benders and he wanted to take everybody's bending away. But he was doing it for what he believed was the right reason, which to liberate the people that
everybody should be equal.
Yeah, because it's like, for him, the way I saw it was like, he's basically the person that stand up to the bully. In his case, the bullies are everybody that could bend.
That has powers.
And then the people that were powerless, obviously, are the nerds that get picked on and stuff like that. He's over here pretending to be a nerd himself, but he's standing up to the people, even though he had, like, because he has the power. You feel me? So it's like, seeing stuff like that, it's like, I mean, of course, well, technically we did see that when they ran up on the White House. Last time Trump was there, right?
Yeah, Trump was in office still.
I mean, technically, that's probably the closest thing we've literally seen to somebody like taking that type of action. But like, you know, it speaks volume to us as a community to understand, like, hey, like you said, we don't got to limit ourselves just because of what we see. We could actually go and be something. Of course, we don't got to resort to violence, like I said, but we could actually be something. We could actually do things to really, you know, empower our community, do better. Or even just for ourselves, if we're thinking about just ourselves, it's like we could do better than what we're in at the moment.
Yeah, and going back to literally what we was talking about before, it's like, that's why I'm so hell-bent on like I'm passionate about this shit. Like, I feel like everybody should get into cars and everybody should get into something like because it's like, once you're into something and you become a master at it or you become passionate about it, you'll want to bring other people with you. And these same people that are quote-unquote villains, you might catch the right villain to change their life for the better. Like,
shit, that's me.
You
with
might save
right
somebody. Like, you really might save somebody. Like, this episode might save somebody and we'll never know.
Yeah.
A little kid, a grown man, will never know because of the shit that we spoke about.
If you realize in all them shows with villains, they always have that one person that could cool their mind down.
Yeah, that kind of breaks through to them. Yeah,
that really like calms them down, makes them try to think positive. It's always something that ticks and go wrong. They go right back to being the
whether it be a lover, a family member, whatever. It's always that one person that has some type of extra control
like
over them.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, no cap. Mary Jane.
What's his name? Green Goblin.
Yeah.
If you realize he was fighting a demon in his head.
Wait, which one, Harry or his pops?
His pops.
The original
one.
The original.
I think he was full out crazy.
He was full out crazy. Yeah, because if you realize he's fighting himself, like if you look at it, like he's going through so much that he's fighting himself.
That's your biggest
And if
battle.
you realize he didn't really want to do those stuff. It was the other side of him, and that side just couldn't reach through. So he just kept giving in. But I like Green Goblin because like he shows you like, all right, you can fight yourself, but family helps. If you realize family did help at the end. He could have did what he did, but family did help. So I feel like the Green Goblin is something to teach you, like, keep fighting yourself. Keep pushing yourself to better opportunities. Keep pushing yourself through strengths and everything. Because my mom passed away. And I thought it was going to be the last moment of the earth. Like, literally, I thought, like, I couldn't even breathe. But every day I just kept fighting myself, and pushing myself to do better. And it actually helps. Once you give in, it's wrapped.
It's wrapped.
And that's
where the depression kicks in.
Yeah, depression.
Yeah, that's where that depression kicks in, and that's how a lot of people end up, like, you know, drinking.
It's about to keep finding that mindset.
Lean, like, all these hardcore drugs. Like, once you give up, like, once you give into yourself as a man, especially as a man, like, I'm not going to speak on women, but as a man in America, as a black man in America, your biggest battle is yourself. Like, yes, it's the system, but your biggest battle is yourself every single day. Every day. No matter if you're up 10 mil, no matter if you living in the bottom of the shelter, your biggest battle is yourself.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff in life that money can't buy.
A lot.
But one thing I wanted to say too is like, understand, like going back to like your previous point of like, you know, you said you wish everybody was into cars. Like people often say, oh, you can't force things on people, but sometimes you might need somebody to force something on you for you to understand. Like, if you think about some of the best like people at any industry have been people that they even think this was gonna be their thing. There's people that, you feel me, are like the biggest people on social media and they were so focused on school. There's people that, there's people around the world, like you see in Africa, they be picking up basketball players left and right in the NBA, and these were guys that want to play soccer. You feel me? So it's like sometimes you do gotta test the water out. You do gotta see, you know, how things
that
work.
risk.
A lot of stuff that I do today are things that I probably didn't think, you know, a decade, 2 decades ago, I'll be doing, you know, as an adult or whatnot. So
took that risk.
Yeah, man. Oh man,
that's what we living for. You need to take risks every day. Prosper, take that risk or you lose the chance.
And then for some people, like certain stuff just clicks different. So it's like, I don't want everybody to be into cars, but it's like, Like, I want everybody to be into something. At least the people I fuck with. Like, I want them to be into something. Like, whether that's a job, it don't gotta be, you know, like, if that's your job, like, make sure you're doing what you do at your best and highest level, so that when the opportunity presents itself to elevate yourself or elevate your family or something, like, you're able to do it in a snap of a finger. Like, there's no because you done did the work for the past 5 years. You done did what you needed to do. You was the best worker you needed to be. There's nothing wrong with doing that. That's what social media, like, there's nothing wrong with having a job and working hard at your job. But you have to know that in the back of your mind, that's not what you want to do forever. So you do this to the best of your ability until the opportunity comes to, like, all right, let's change this whole shit around.
Yeah, because what Maurice was saying too, like, he had this quote that I loved. He said, for him, he got to a point where his paycheck was just lighter fluid for what he had going already. He was already making, you know, millions of dollars and stuff like that. He was still working. And he said it got to a point where he didn't check his bank account for like 6 weeks straight. It's like he got 6 checks coming to his account and he's not even looking at it.
It's humility. You got to know that. It's
got
like,
to that point,
I've made it to this level, but I'm not too good to still do this. Like, at some point, obviously, it's not worth your time.
Yeah,
but in the
'cause it's
beginning,
more
when
than
you're
the
building
money.
it, like, you need to stack all your wins. Like, stack W on top of W on top of W on top of W. Then when you look up, you be like, damn, I shit, fuck that. It's not
And that's
worth
when
my
you
time.
realize it's more than just the money at that
like,
point.
Yeah.
You living to live. You're not living to just exist.
And that's why I like doing stuff as a group, because I feel like you go through the W's together and you go through the losses together. And it's like, we should all be able to learn from the losses so that next time we go through that W, it's lit. Like,
And the brainstorming too.
like, yeah, it's lit. Like, everybody should be able to bring something to the table. Like, it shouldn't only be all entertainment. Like, yeah, like, we go out, we have fun, we party, we do what we do, like, we act a fool. But, like, in the behind the scenes, like, we all really, really, really trying to do better for ourselves, like, in real life. Like, you might see us on the internet doing all types of sign shit, but in the background, like, everybody's trying to put in that work. Everybody's fighting their own battles and still actively putting in that work to, like, try to be at that next level. For real.
So thank you guys for the inspiration. You know, this is where we're going to cut the episode out. So if you guys want to let everybody know where they could find you at.
You can find me at AJ Stay Paid, Instagram.
tharealvito, THA, real Vito on the gram.
CEO_Kyle Flossie. The car page, SNS _Luxury Cars. And the hair page, Ultra Glamour NYC. I got something for everybody. A little bit of everything.
Follow any means, ENT too. You know that.
MGM, Money Gotta Make Bodies.
MGM, Bondage Entertainment. 2025, I promise God, we in full effect. Don't even, just know.
Yeah, like I said, I know this was very spontaneous, but I appreciate y'all for even coming through.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate y'all for even like saying y'all don't mind jumping in, because there'll be some people that would have sat there, they'll be like, oh no, I don't want to do it.
Nah, this was perfect.
I don't even mind.
This was cool.
This was perfect.
It was a different type of vibe for me.
Nice and short.
I ain't never did nothing like this before, bro.
That's
so
a
it's
fact,
like,
too.
you
Same
know,
for me. Like I said, my platform is more like Kyle. Like I don't know if y'all seen the episode, but Kyle come in, talk about cars, talk about his journey, talk about his experiences, tell people what to do, not to do. Boom, that's it. Today it's like more different. People got to speak their mind and whatnot.
Yeah, bro.
So,
honestly and truly, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate
100%,
this.
bro.
I fuck with this. I ain't gonna lie.
You don't even know.
I thought I'd have been like
appreciate that.
a little frame, but
yeah,
like,
me
the way
too.
you talking is like,
it's like it's
talk more.
comfortable.
Yeah,
it's like
it's fun,
I feel like I'm talking to the bros,
like,
bro.
I've
Like,
been for
it's,
like a
you know what I'm
year already.
saying, bro?
Especially today.
Like, sometimes you get that
Literally
shit off
like
your
15
chest, bro.
minutes
No
ago.
cap, bro.
Well,
For
an
real.
hour ago, I should say.
No
Shout out
cap,
to the
bro.
producer behind the camera.
Shout out to the
For a
producer behind the
fact.
camera,
Well,
making
shout
sure
out to
everything
the
happy,
Like I said,
making sure
we'll
everything
start without
go
100%.
well. Like I appreciate y'all, bro. Just being able to talk. Sometimes all a nigga be needing to do in life is talk, bro.
That's what I do it for, man. People think you do it for
Sometimes
to get
people,
lit. People
yeah,
think
bro.
you do
People
it
don't be
just to
understanding
say you have
sometimes,
a show.
bro.
Who knows? Y'all might have
all-
just seen a 2025 preview.
You feel me? Sometimes all a nigga
New
be needing to
podcast?
do is talk.
Might come back
bro.
here with some music.
Might come back with
some music?
You feel me? You come back 2025 might be a whole different.
Might come out with my ice,
conversation, bro.
my ice out.
You feel me?
A lot of things
Trust
that
me,
might
I'm
change.
right with you.
No cap.
I'm right with you.
It might be a whole different ball game by the time
real.
2025 before I start, bro. Because the way niggas move, man,
Yeah, we don't stay one place at all.
I can't. I try my hardest to make sure I don't, bro. So, you know, that's why, again, I appreciate you.
I don't want to say part 3, but new series.
Not part
You
three,
never
new
know.
series.
New series. No,
Live,
not part
you
3.
know?
We're gonna make this a separate thing. Like, this group thing is gonna
We
be a
can do that.
separate thing. Watch, y'all gonna see. Don't worry. I'm telling you.
Different vibes,
So-
different conversations.
Yeah, so as always, show love to the guests. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, check out some of our other episodes. Check out part 1 with Mr. CEO right here. Yeah, just like that. We out,
CEO, man. I appreciate you.
of course.
You enjoyed another episode of What's Cookin' NYC. You can't find us in any air fryer, and you can't cook us because we're available on all streaming platforms. Like, comment, subscribe.